Okay, this is a response to your video about childhood memories. I've actually got a few of them, and they all involve my brothers. The first one is I was at the pool, similar to your story, and I was just walking along. I think we were at some friend's party, and I was like maybe 6. My middle brother was 8, and my oldest brother was 10. And so my middle brother decides to push me in as well. And I can't swim, or at least I couldn't swim then. And he just pushes me in the deep end. And I remember I fell straight to the bottom, sunk like a rock, and I had no idea what was going on. It was all a blur, and I just felt like I was dying. And I remember that because I was 6, and I somehow remember that, so it must have been pretty severe. And there was no lifeguards or anything. My mom was way over getting gifts and giving gifts to this kid. And so I was alone in the water, and I'd never been in the deep end of a pool before. I always used floaties. So, I know, kind of lame. But for some reason, I guess, like guardian angel, and I just knew to paddle to the top and somehow managed to get back to the top of the pool. And then my oldest brother helped me out. But that was like one of the most horrifying things that has ever happened to me. Another time was when we were out building a little snow igloo in the yard during the winter, obviously, and I had worked like really hard on the snow igloo with my friends, and they had left, and I was just chilling inside of the snow igloo. And it was like a really big igloo, or at least big for a 10-year-old. And once again, my middle brother Adam, he comes over and he decides it would be really funny to jump on the igloo. So he jumps on the igloo, it collapses on me, and I'm just covered in snow and ice. I can barely breathe, and I'm feeling like I'm crushed, and I'm like clawing my way, trying to get out. I don't even know which way is up at this point. It was like being in an avalanche. And I could hear him outside laughing through the snow, and that just pissed me off even more. And then eventually he started digging me out because he realized how stupid it was. But that was also horrifying. Last one, another burying story, this time during the summer. I was at the beach with them, and I like building things, so here's another building story. I'm digging a big sand fort kind of thing underneath the sand, digging really deep, and I go into it, and Adam once again jumps on the sand, and I imagine like the weight of sand, like maybe 2 feet of sand above me just collapsing on me. And once again, I hear him laughing outside, and my oldest brother comes over and he starts digging. And like being buried in sand is horrifying. It's like being in a coffin. And my oldest brother dug me out, but that was like the closest I think I've come to near death. And those are my horrifying childhood memories.